Hello and welcome back to Premier League Predictions, the show that does what it says on the tin. We're going to be predicting all of the Premier League action for the Boxing Day round of fixtures. Very exciting, isn't it, Harry?
It's very exciting. Glad that Premier League's back. World Cup is over. Decorations are down, and we are back with Premier League action.
Studio feels a little bit bare. Still got the Christmas tree up because we are
it's Christmas.
in the run up to Christmas now, and we have got the Boxing Day fixtures. Do you enjoy Boxing Day Premier League action?
I think it's good. It gives you something to do on Boxing Day and a reason to get away from
the chaos of Christmas. Yeah, fair enough. Shall we start with the Boxing Day fixtures then? The first of which is the 12:30 kickoff: Brentford versus Tottenham. This could be an interesting one. I mean, form we usually take into account going into it, but this is just guesswork. This is like the first day of the season.
All of these games are going to be a complete guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Harry Kane missed a penalty for England. Maybe
is he going to bottle again?
I don't know.
But Brentford will be without Ivan Toney as he faces
276 different
a lot
offences.
of charges.
So I don't think we're going to see him playing football ever
I was going to say, considering Trippier, didn't he only commit like 5 and he got
Trippier was
6 months?
Trippier was 3 and got 6 months. So
if we do the maths, Ivan Toney's never kicking a ball again.
Yeah, will be banned for life.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. In terms of the game, I think Tottenham will just edge it. I'm going to go Tottenham 2. I'm going to go Brentford 1, Tottenham 2.
Yeah. Tottenham are definitely the stronger side. I just feel like if Tony was there, maybe Brentford pull off the upset. I'll stick with Tottenham. I'm going to go 3-0. I think they look really strong, Tottenham. Kulusevski's not played at the World Cup. He's going to be fresh coming into this. Brentford are going to be without their star man.
Yeah, and the only player Tottenham
I just don't see how they win.
Will probably be Christian Romero.
Yeah, probably. He's probably still celebrating. So, yeah, I feel like still Tottenham will have enough. So I'll go 3-0. I'm going to go Kulusevski. I'm going to go Son. And I want to go a little bit rogue. Eric Dyer. Header.
I'll go... Okay, I forgot goal scorers. Mbeumo for Brentford. And then Kulusevski and Højbjerg for Tottenham.
Fair enough. As for the next game, it is Crystal Palace versus Fulham. A London derby of sorts, both clubs based in London.
Surprised me. Fulham surprised me how well they've done. Palace surprised me with how they haven't... Well,
inconsistent, I'd say. I don't think they've been bad, particularly, but they've not shown the glimpses of quality they had last season or on such a regular basis that they did last season. Do you think they miss Conor Gallagher more than they'd expected?
100%. I don't think Elise and Eze have managed to find the quality that Gallagher gave them.
The problem is, I think Elise's too injury prone and Eze's too inconsistent. So Elise spent large parts of the season out with injuries. So is Eze, to be fair. He was out most of last season with an injury. So both are just in and out of the side constantly with injuries. And then when they are in the team, they struggle to hit the ground running sometimes. But Elise has some really good games this season.
Yeah, as I say, despite that, I think they
Fulham
will just have the edge over Fulham.
Potentially. I mean, Fulham had a fantastic start to the season, but it's whether they can maintain that now that we have had a disruption.
Had a few dodgy results, so I'm going to go...
30-day break.
I'll go 1-0 Palace, I think. Bit of a boring 3 o'clock. Paul Merson's fallen asleep. But it will be an Eze goal to separate sides.
And Palace didn't have too many players go to the World Cup, did they? Can't think of any actually from Palace that went to the World Cup. So they should, in theory, be the strongest team, the team most well equipped to handle the second half of the season. I'm going to go... I think they'll win as well. I'll go 3-1 though. I think it'll be a bit more convincing. I still don't think you keep a clean sheet against Fulham. And they look really strong going forward at the moment. I think Mitrovic in particular obviously has been sensational, and I think he'll keep that up going into the second half of the season. I'll go 3-1, and I will go for goals from Elise, Zaha and Edouard for Palace, and Mitrovic for Fulham. Next at 3 o'clock is Everton versus Wolves. This will very much be a relegation scrap, but Wolves with a new man in charge, will the away side have an advantage, or do you think that Frank Lampard being at Everton...
Lopetegui's going to get... We've seen the quality this Wolves squad can produce, and I think they will bring that under Lopetegui. I think they're going to surprise a few people by getting themselves right back up the table.
Yeah, well, they've already made one brilliant signing, haven't they? It's not been confirmed yet, but Matthias Cunha.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal. But in terms of the 11 players that will play against Everton, I think they will win, especially at Goodson Park. That's a tough thing to do. We've seen Everton's home atmosphere is strong. I think Wolves will just edge it though. I'll go Everton 1, Wolves 2. Everton goal from Iwobi, because he carried on his good form. He had fought.
He did look all right.
And then Wolves goals from Hwang Hee-chan, carrying on his form from the World Cup. He was quite good for South Korea, and it was South Korea.
Yeah.
And then, who's going to score? Nelson Semedo.
That's my biggest issue with Wolves. It doesn't matter how bad Everton are. I can't see Wolves scoring with their current team. Jimenez hasn't been in form.
I think Lopetegui's going to change that up.
Jimenez, he's not going to make the players magically brilliant. Unless Ruben Neves sits on for the halfway line, I can't see Wolves scoring and go 0-0. I think Everton will hold them in a similar fashion to how they held Liverpool earlier this season. I think that most of the time was one of the better games of the season, to be fair. I mean, we did have some crackers, but I really enjoyed that 0-0. I think we'll see a similar 0-0 here, Everton just being able to hold Wolves off, mainly because they can't shoot. Next up, Leicester versus Newcastle. 2 seasons back, this would have been a European fighting side facing a relegation team. It is now, but it's the complete other way around. Will Leicester? They do look good, and I think the difference is obviously they have got that they should be up there. It's not like they deserve to be. It's not like they're a team that deserve to be down there. So, will they have enough to beat a Newcastle team that were on fire before the tournament?
Newcastle look very good, and I think they'll continue that. But I don't think Leicester will go down without a fight. I'm going to go Leicester 2, Newcastle 3.
Yeah.
It's quite a good game. Leicester goals from Maddison and Barnes. Newcastle goals from... Is Isak back?
I don't know.
Don't think so. Okay, St. Maximan, Almiron, and Sven Botman.
Alright. Is there striker here? No, I'll pick every other position then. Yeah. Not back in Callum Wilson?
No.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think Almiron continue his good form, but I think Leicester are going to pull off a shock here. I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester. Bit of a surprise result, and I'll go for Jamie Vardy and Harvey Barnes with the goals for them. But I do think that Miggy Almiron, as I say, will continue his good form. Will only be an assist in this game, though, as he sets up Callum Wilson. My fantasy team love it. Absolute scenes. No, I've not completed mine, but do look out for that tomorrow. At the time of this goes out on Friday, right? Yeah. So on Saturday we'll have our FPL out, so look out for that tomorrow. Southampton versus Brighton is the next of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. What are you thinking, Harry?
It's just a bit of a dull game.
South Coast derby.
To be fair, we do have a game to look back on for Southampton. Obviously, midweek in the Carabao Cup, they scraped past Lincoln.
No, we're not good. Well, Leicester also played in the Carabao Cup. MK Dons.
I don't know.
Less scrapey, but
I don't know what the result was.
I think they won. So Wolves, they beat Gillingham. Anyway, yeah, Southampton scraped past Lincoln.
And Brighton, I guess it helps Southampton. They've had a competitive fixture.
I think Brighton drew with Charlton.
I think they were in it, weren't they?
Brighton?
They might have been.
I'll check what you're giving your verdict. What are you thinking?
It'll help Southampton. They've had a game, a competitive game. But Brighton happened.
Brighton have had a competitive game. They got Charlton. Yeah, they got knocked out by Charlton on penalties, 0-0, and then they lost 4-3 on penalties. So Brighton out of the Carabao Cup. Okay, will that loss make them sad? And will Nathan Jones seize?
I didn't think they had a competitive. I'm going to go 4-0 Brighton.
That's incredibly sad. Who's scoring?
I think Southampton are doomed. I think they're in big trouble.
If you're not Sin, who's at the helm?
You've got an inexperienced
Jonesy's
manager.
At the wheel.
He's never managed in the Premier League before. Inexperienced manager.
Managing the Champions League next year.
Brighton, terrible squad depth, and your best player can only take free kicks.
I think they'll add some players in January.
Well, it's not.
I hope they add a large round of players.
It's 4-0. I'm going to go Trossard double, a goal for.
Yeah,
what's the guy?
Great player, love him.
I can't think of his name now, so I'm not going to say him. Matoma. Goal from Trossard, goal from Matoma, and a goal from Joel Veltman.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to go for a Southampton upset. I'm going to go 1-0. They're at home, at the Fortress St Mary's, and I think that God will be looking down on them. And their prayers will be answered. It'll be 1-0 Southampton. It'll be a brilliant goal from Che Adams, building on the form when he struck 2 past a dodgy Lincoln side. He'll be absolutely buzzing. Southampton will be buzzing. Lincoln fans will be crying even more.
Why?
Next up, Aston Villa versus Liverpool. We are not going to give a prediction today because we will be covering it live. So join us. We didn't stream on Boxing Day last year. We're streaming on Boxing Day this year. Don't know how many people turn up. Hopefully you all do. But
win.
yeah, should be a vibe. So join us on YouTube from 5 o'clock probably.
7-2 again. It's 7-2 again. It's gonna be.
You reckon Villa are going to beat Liverpool 7-2? They've not even got a goalkeeper.
No
Aston Villa. This is going to be a miracle. No Ross Barkley, most importantly. So no, I don't think they can win 7-2 anymore. But yes, the final game of Boxing Day is Arsenal versus West Ham, the 8 o'clock kick-off. What are you thinking for that one?
It's going to be a really sad way to end Boxing Day by watching Arsenal beat West Ham.
You think they'll win?
Yeah.
Well, do you think they'll win comfortably, I guess?
Yeah.
It's a more interesting
3-0, they'll waltz it, they'll go back to their form, and everyone is going to be starting. As we get towards the end of the season, I think people are going to start to be a little bit quieter about saying that Arsenal will go bottle it. Because I don't think they are. I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go goals from Martinelli, Saka, and Xhaka.
Yeah. I think the downfall starts here for Arsenal. I think West Ham, they've got a really strong team. They've been a little bit quiet this season, but this is where they're going to go, ham. We've seen Arsenal struggle against a few teams they should have been beating. They're going to struggle here. West Ham are going to win 2-0. Jarrod Bowen and Decky Rice with the goals. West Ham scenes, Arsenal crying. Man City handed a golden opportunity to catch up in the title race. On to the Tuesday then. We've got 2 games on the Tuesday, the first of which is the 5:30. It's Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Chelsea were out of form before the World Cup. Bournemouth, just so inconsistent, but they've done all right.
I think Chelsea are going to scrape through, but I think it's going to be one of those games where we watch it as Chelsea fans and just go...
Just like confidence, probably.
It'll just be like, can we not just go back to the World Cup? Why have we now got to watch this rubbish again? Yeah. But yeah, I'm going 1-0 Chelsea.
I'm a lot more positive. I'm a lot more optimistic. I really rate Graham Potter. I feel like he's had a month to work with everyone, and I feel we're going to hit the ground running. We're going to win 5-0.
Wow.
We're going to win 5-0. Absolute saints. Big up the Chelsea. I'm going to go for... Goal scorers is tough though because we're all terrible at shooting. But he brought his out injured, isn't he? I'm going to go Aubameyang, hat-trick. He's rested for a month. He's going to be flying.
I was saying, you're hearing Cody.
Yeah, Mason Mount, he's going to score. He's going to prove a lot of people were wrong. And I think Reece James, back from injury, potentially, hopefully, we pray, because if not, we're screwed. He will score as well.
I think Chelsea will scrape through, but I think this is the start of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang finding some goal-scoring form.
Yeah.
He's going to get the goal to win us the game. And I think after this game, he's going to go on and get a few more.
Would you buy another forward in January?
100%. 100%. Aubameyang... Because our only striker.
I think Aubameyang would be more than content to be our...
rotation.
Yeah, impact sub sort of player. I think we have to sign an elite forward, whether that's like Gonçalo Ramos, whether that's someone like João Felix. We have to add someone, because I have to watch Kai Havertz play up front again. Gonna cry. You play him in a deeper role, he can be sensational. He is the best on earth. Then the last game on the Tuesday, it's Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. 8 o'clock kick-off. 20 years ago, this would have been a top-of-the-table clash. Well, probably been more than that, actually.
What a goal from Marcus Rashford
40 years ago,
against Burnley.
Yeah, that was sensational. His solo run and strike. Do you think that could... we obviously saw him rip it up at the World Cup, sorry. He's been doing really well. He looked really good the other night. Will he continue that form into the Premier League?
I think United are going to be a force to be reckoned with after this month, after the World Cup. And I think they're going to want to prove that to everyone. I'm going to go 4-0 United.
Wow.
I think Forest have been, blown off the water so many times.
Yeah, there's only 2 options for Forest. So, they've managed to scrape a 1-0 win and they've lost 7-0.
Well, to be fair, the only one there is Liverpool, because Liverpool are rubbish.
Yeah, I think Forest are going to get battered. Absolutely battered. I'm going to go Manchester United 8, Nottingham Forest 0.
I thought my 4 was high.
It is, but
goal scorers. I'm going to go Rashford, Sancho, Eriksen.
Sancho?
What's wrong with Sancho?
He is not currently with the first team.
Why not?
Because, Ten Hag said in his press conference that he needs some time. He's not mentally or physically ready to play for Manchester United.
Well, he's not going to score.
So he's working with a personal trainer in Netherlands, I think.
So either he's being nice to him or he's just trying to ship him off.
No, I don't think he's trying to ship him off, but I think Yeah, they quite evidently did not happy playing for Manchester United. So maybe they're trying to just improve that and see if they can get him back to his best.
Okay, then not.
But he's not going to score against Nottingham Forest.
I'll go Rashford, Dalot, McTominay, and Anthony.
Yeah, all right. I don't think McTominay's going to score. I'm going to go a Rashford hat-trick.
These are the games that McTominay does score in.
He doesn't. He's not going to play against Forest. I'll go Rashford hat-trick. I'm going to go... Oh, I hadn't been in mind, actually. They're not going to have centre-halves, are they, United? 8-2. Rashford hat-trick. I'm going to go... Who have they got up front? Martial? I don't know. Rashford, probably.
Yeah. But my guess would be they will have Varane and Maguire.
Eriksen. Maguire. Do you reckon Varane will play?
Yeah. I mean, Mbappe was back in PSG 2 days ago.
I'll go an Anthony double, and I will go Martial. Whether he starts or from the bench, he's going to score. That'll be 8. And then for Forest, since they've got no Lissandro, I will go Emmanuel Dennis.
Yeah.
And Remo Freuler.
Wow.
I think they'll both score.
I think Forest will be out. They scored 2 goals.
I think they'll be buzzing, mate. They'll probably have a promotion party off the back of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, final game of the of this set, the Game Week 17 fixtures. It's the Wednesday. It's Leeds hosting Manchester City at 8 o'clock. Are you excited for this one?
I am, because we've seen what Leeds can do at home to the top sides in the league. Arsenal winning on the Monday.
Also seen what City can do to
City's
terrible
under
defences.
pressure, and I'm going to go Leeds United 1, Manchester City 1.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'm not following the same line of thinking, but go on. Why?
I think Haaland, people saying, the month off would have given him like a big rest. He's going to come back and score 50,000 goals. I think it's going to put him off a bit.
Why?
I think he's been relaxing too much.
You think Erling Haaland's been relaxing too much?
And I don't think he's going to score. I think for Leeds...
So you take them out of your fantasy team then?
No.
No?
No.
But he's not going to score?
Assists.
Kane, you said Kane's... I know you said Kane's going to bottle it because he cut take pens or something.
Leeds, Rodrigo's going to get the... take the lead.
Yeah.
No, he is going to score the goal that's going to give him the lead. But then it's going to be an 82nd minute equaliser from Bernardo Silva.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think City are obviously going to win. As much as we want to go, City going to lose and then everyone's going to catch him and then City going to get relegated, ain't going to happen. It is going to be 4-0 Manchester City. It'll be Haaland double, Foden with a goal, Cancelo with a goal. Comfy Man City win. Right. I think that rounds off Game Week 17.
We're back. Nice to be back.
It is good to be back. Premier League action is back now. Obviously, we'll be doing more lives throughout January. A lot of live streams, so look out for them on YouTube. If you have enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. And comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. All that good stuff on YouTube. Also, add to episodes. Hit download. Stuff like that on Spotify. Make sure to follow us. Hit 5 stars. All that great stuff. That's all from us today. Thank you all very much for watching. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.